Should schools teach about the Danish Muhammad cartoons controversy? It's now been 20 years since the Danish newspaper published drawings of the Prophet Muhammad. The Danish government now wants to make the cartoons a mandatory part of the school curriculum, which many public school teachers are against. If you don't know what the Muhammad cartoons were, I'll try and give you a quick summary, though they were exactly what they sound like. The Danish newspaper, Jyllands Posten, published several pictures of the Prophet Muhammad, and it's considered blasphemous in Islam to make pictures of the Prophet Muhammad. And some of the cartoons were unflattering, to say the least. I'm not going to show them here, but if you find them online, you can understand why some people found them offensive. Some Muslim groups in Denmark petitioned the government to take action against the newspaper, which the Danish government refused to do. This caused an international backlash against Denmark that had never been seen before. For several months, protests occurred at Danish embassies around the world, and lots of Danish businesses were boycotted. There isn't a verifiable number, but it's believed that over 200 people were killed in violent clashes related to those protests. Now, 20 years later, the Danish government wants to cover these events as part of the school curriculum. A poll of the teaching union from 2023 suggests that half of teachers aren't in support of this. Some teachers said that they were afraid to cause offence and didn't want to receive any personal backlash. Other teachers said that it would be more appropriate for students to learn about this independently so that they can make their own minds up. On the other hand, the government believes that discussing the subject shouldn't be taboo, and the only way to overcome that taboo is to encourage discussions in a public setting. It's also important to recognise what a big part of Danish modern history the cartoons were. The then Prime Minister, Anders Rasmussen, described the cartoons as the worst disaster in Danish international relations since the Second World War. As such, the government believes that schools should teach the subject, not because they believe the cartoons were right or wrong, but rather to explore their cultural and political impact. This is probably the most controversial subject I've ever covered on my channel, and if you have an opinion on the matter, you can definitely let me know in the comments below.